Do you remember what made in China meant 15 years ago? It meant cheap, it meant plastic, it meant a knockoff of a Toyota that might fall apart if you slammed the door too hard. For decades, China was the worst switch shop, manufacturing quantity, never quality. But if you still hold that view today, you are operating an obsolete data. From artificial intelligence to high end manufacturing, China is no longer just running in the race. They are building the track. And nowhere is this dominance more terrifying for Western competitors than in the electric vehicle industry. Today, we are not just looking at cars, we are looking at a geopolitical weapon wrapped in leather and lithium. How did a country with zero automotive heritage dethrone the German giants in less than a decade? And more importantly, as a statistician, I have to ask, how long can this economic miracle actually last? To understand macro, we first need to look at the micro. Who are the architects of this revolution? Let's look at the three horsemen of the Chinese apocalypse. First, the undisputed king BID, short for Build Your Dreams. A cheesy name, but a serious company. 20 years ago, they were making batteries for your Motorola Flip phone. Today, they are vertically integrated behemoths. Unlike Tesla or Volkswagen, BID makes its own chips, its own batteries, and its own chassis. They have models like the Yangwang U8, a 3-ton SUV that can do tank turns and literally float on water. This isn't just a car, it's an engineering flex. Second, we have Geely. Geely played a different game, the Trojan horse. Instead of starting from scratch, they bought the heritage. They own Volvo, Polestar, and Lotus. They took Swedish safety standards and British handling, then combined them with Chinese production speed. The result is Zeekr, a brand that feels European but is priced to kill the competition. And third, the one that hurts the Germans the most, Li Auto. While Mercedes and BMW were trying to sell horsepower to Chinese consumers, Li Auto realized something brilliant. In the traffic jams of Beijing, nobody cares about 0 to 60 times. They care about comfort. Li Auto put fridges, massive cinema screens, and massage beds inside their cars. And crucially, they used EREV technology generators that charge the battery while you drive, solving range anxiety. They didn't build a vehicle, they built a mobile living room. And the data proves it worked. They stole the premium market right from under Europe's nose. But here is where the story gets dark. Why is the Chinese state pouring money into this? Between 2009 and 2023, the Chinese government injected roughly $230 billion in subsidies into the EV sector. Is it because they care deeply about the polar bears? Is it strictly for environmental reasons? No. If you look at the data, the motivation isn't environmental, it is existential. Let's look at the map, specifically the Strait of Malacca. This narrow choke point is China's biggest vulnerability. The data shows that China imports over 72% of its crude oil. They have a voracious appetite for energy, but very little of their own. And here is the nightmare statistic. 80% of that imported oil has to pass through this tiny 2.7 kilometer wide strait. In a geopolitical conflict, if a hostile navy were to blockade the strait, China's economy would suffocate. Their tanks would run out of fuel. their factories would stop. It is a strategic checkmate known as the malacca dilemma. Suddenly, the EV boom makes perfect sense. China has no oil, but do you know what they do have? Coal, solar, wind, and the world's best supply chain for electricity. So, we know the who and the why. Now, let's talk about the when. How long can this explosive growth last? As a statistician, I don't believe in hype. I believe in regression lines. And every biological or economic system follows a logistic growth curve. We are currently in the rapid expansion phase, but the saturation point is coming. Right now, there are over 100 EV brands in China. This is statistically unsustainable. The market is overcrowded. We are already seeing a brutal price war. My projection model suggests that by 2030, we won't see 100 brands. We will likely see a massive consolidation event, leaving only 10 to 15 survivors. The rest, they will be the casualties of this economic war. The story of China's rise is complex, and a 10-minute video can only scratch the surface. I couldn't fit all the raw data here. The breakdown of that $300 billion oil import bill, the specific subsidy structures, or the detailed math behind my 2030 production model. But if you are a data nerd like me and want to see the proof behind the narrative, I have written a comprehensive analysis. I will be posting the full report, complete with the raw charts and sources, on my community tab this Sunday. It dives much deeper into the how of this economic miracle. Go check it out this Sunday. Let me know if you agree with my projection and don't forget to subscribe for more data driven insights.